And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Steps away to his left. And he connects with Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, 34 yards. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On second down, here's Ryan. Sanu with a grab over the middle. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now Ryan on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Tuesday. Left. Hey, check 24.
Again, Ryan. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
Throwing his Wentz. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Deion Jones coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Falcons taking over on offense in just a second. And, you know, this year ended in disappointing fashion. Now, last year was the ultimate version of heartbreak. But if you're a Falcon fan, was this one was tough to swallow as well, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because let's be honest about it. Losing in the Super Bowl, I don't care how you lose, you were in the Super Bowl. You were playing for it all. This team was supposed to be as good or better. Ultimately ended up 10-6, found their way in the playoffs, but didn't get the deep run as they had the year before. So you're exactly right. For Falcons fans, that's a tough one. But this is a team that's built to be good for a long time.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Timmy Jernigan breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Here's Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. While we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Now Wentz. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in a mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman punching it in from a yard away. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
81.
Throwing on first is Wentz. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it a second down.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this.
Hey, Ram. Check 99. Here we go. Let's go. More Tokyo.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
Ertz has it left side. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks.
Run.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brooks Reed in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Time a factor as Ryan will hustle him to the line. Ryan now off the bootleg. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On first down, Ryan. And he's got it. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there. 2
big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Again, it'll be Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now Wentz on the bootleg. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now they try the right side here. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. On second down, Ryan. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Gabriel, the man in motion.
There we go. Left.
To throw on second down. Ryan. Here's Sanu on the catch. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Boy, another example there of how you've just got to be fearless to go over the middle in this league.
No doubt about it. And if you want to be known as a Pro Bowl type of a receiver, if you want to get to the Hall of Fame, you're going to have to make a good number of catches in that area. And how about the hit he took from the linebacker? That's where you really make it, because a lot of times that hit is coming from behind you, from over the top by a safety. In this case, it may well come from underneath with the linebacker dropping out from the middle.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
He's going to loft one deep left. And this is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, 51 yards. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Point after now from Sturgis. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Shift together here from the D-line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Hey, Tuesday. Put him on the bus. Let's put that team on the bus. 51, Sam! Get up! Watch out.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Now Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Hey, let's go. You ready? Done. Check. Check. Crunch. Ready. Check. Wait. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Got it. You ready? 12.
They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Brandon Graham in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. Check.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And no, it's incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Now it's Ajayi. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And the slot man goes in motion left. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Looking downfield for Joe. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And the D looking like they may blitz. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Wentz going to throw. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Wentz going to go on 4th down. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of the time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game 4th quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Off the bootleg. Ryan, he's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, Ryan. He's got Sanu. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Freeman again. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well,
and this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Here's Ajayi. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Grady Jarrett. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. No, this offense is staying put. They're just 1 for 4 in these situations so far, but they're going again on 4th down. Throwing now is Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And no, it's incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Time a factor as Ryan will hustle him to the line.
21. There we go.
Here's Ryan. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Fletcher Cox with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Throw. Looking deep for Gabriel. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Now they're just trying to do anything possible to try and get the ball downfield and get into field goal range.
And with that clock dwindling, they felt the need to take a pretty big shot there. Unfortunately, couldn't complete it. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. So the D-line's going to spread out. They run the counter now on 1st down. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
What can Wentz do now with his drive? He's going to loft one deep left. Oh, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Halfback sent in motion. After the interception, here's Ryan. And that's incomplete. This being their second opportunity in overtime, third overall drive. See if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
Now Ryan back into his end zone. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they'll get him down up past the 15. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Here's Ryan. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Timmy Jernigan in there to get him for his second sack of the night. And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Check 3. 59, ready. Split. Ready, 280. Check, check. Check, check. Right. Slam, slam. Gun, gun, gun. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, bang.
On second down, here's Ryan. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 4 yards remaining now on 2nd down.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. There we go. Back, back.
And the back goes into motion.
Hey, you got 3. You got 3. 3 down. 3 down.
They're going to run this with a tight end. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Aguilar in motion left. Now Wentz. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Brooks Reed bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight.
Run. Hey, they scared. Here we go.
And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So this game will come down to the right leg of Caleb Sturgis. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance out field goals from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about